Even then a wish, I mind its power, a wish that to my latest hour shall strongly heave my breast, that I, for poor old Scotland's sake, some useful plan or book could make, or sing a song at least.
If a body meet a body coming through the rye, if a body kiss a body, need a body cry, every lassie has a laddie, they say hey oh, and all the lads they smile at me when coming through the rye. If a body meet a body coming frae the town, a body greet a body, need a body frown. Every lassie has a laddie, name they say hey oh, and all the lads they smile on me when coming through the rye. Among the train there is a swine, I dearly know myself, but what's his name or where's his hame, I did not choose to tell. Every lassie has a laddie, they say hey ho, yeah, all the lads they smile on me when coming through the rye. Yeah, all the lads they smile on me when coming through the rye.
To a mouse. We sleekit, cowrin, timorous beastie, oh, what a panic's in thy breastie. Thou needna start awa sae hasty with bickering brattle. I would be laith to rin and chase thee with murder and pattle. I'm truly sorry man's dominion has broken nature's social union and justifies that ill opinion what makes thee startle at me, thy poor earth-born companion and fellow mortal. I doubt no whiles but thou may thieve. What then, poor beastie, thou may live? A Damon acre in a thrave's a small request. I'll get a blessing with the lave and ne'er missed. Thy wee bit hussy too in ruin. It's silly what the winds are strewing, and Nathan now too big a new one on foggage green. And bleak December's winds ensuing, baith snell and keen. Thou saw the fields laid bare and waste, and weary winter coming fast. And cozy here beneath the blast thou thought to dwell, till crash the cruel coulter passed out through thy cell. That wee bit heap of leaves and stibble has cost thee mony a weary nibble. Now thou's turned out for all thy trouble, but house or hald, to thaw the winter's sleety dribble and chronic cold. But Mussy, thou art know thy lane, and proven foresight may be vain. The best laid schemes of mice and men aft gang agley, and leest naught but grief and pain for promised joy. But still, thou art blessed compared with me. The present only toucheth thee, but I backwards cast my ee on prospects drear, and forward though I canna see, I guess and fear.
Chasing the wild deer. now like to sing for you, My Love is Like a Red, Red Rose. But I'm going to be singing for you a tune I wrote for this poem way back when, many years ago, long before I ever heard of Robert Burns. But I had heard of this poem, and so please enjoy my tune, My Love is Like a Red, Red Rose. Oh, my love's like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love's like the melody sweetly played in tune. As fair art thou, my bonny lad, see deep in the autumn eye, and I will love thee still, my dear, till the sea gang dry. Till the sea gang dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun. I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run. But fare thee well, my only love. Fare thee well a while, but I will come again, my dear. Though it were 10,000 miles, 10,000 miles, 10,000
Robert Burns was born at Alloway, south of the town of Ayr, on January 25th, 1759. His father, William, was a gardener to the provost of Ayr. Robert was educated briefly by John Murdoch, who came to his home to give lessons.
Family financial worries forced Burns at age 15 to work as a farm laborer. It was while working when he met his first love, Nellie Kirkpatrick, a blacksmith's daughter who was partnered with his 15-year-old Burns to bring in the harvest. He discovered that Nellie could sing and that Nellie could make his heart beat like a drum. Burns was in love. But little Nellie had revealed something besides love to Robert. Her wealth of knowledge about country songs and how she could know a tune and make up new words if she couldn't remember the original words opened up possibilities for Burns. He discovered that most girls became interested in the lads that could do something well. He took a chance and great care at writing a song for Nellie, and she was delighted with it. There and then, through Nellie, it seemed the whole female sex had smiled on him.
Burns worked a succession of jobs, including farming and flax dressing. He also began writing poetry seriously. When his father died in 1784, Burns and his brother Gilbert rented a farm near Mauchline. Burns spread his affections freely, and the next decade saw 8 illegitimate children born to him from 5 different women. One of these ladies, Jean Armour, became Mrs. Burns in 1788.
His first published work was entitled Poems Chiefly in the Scottish Dialect. The success of this work convinced Burns to abandon plans to emigrate to Jamaica. His reputation as a ploughman poet spurred him to move to Edinburgh and become part of the thriving cultural scene. He met people from many social classes. He also discovered that he was a sensitive social drinker and only 2 drinks would be more than enough. He most often gravitated to the ladies and enjoyed being the life of the party.
In Edinburgh, he found work editing a collection of Scottish songs published in 9 volumes over a period of 16 years, which included his most well-known song, Auld Lang Syne. The lyrics were his, but the tune came from an earlier folk song with unknown origins. Upon finally marrying Jean Armour, he moved to a Mockline farm. As the family grew, he relocated to Dumfries and looked for work with more financial stability than writing poetry and backbreaking farming. His poems were becoming more and more popular and sought after. With an innate skill for attention to detail as illustrated in his crafted poetry and desire for a steady job, he took an interest in becoming an exciseman or tax collector.
In 1795, Burns was inspired by the events of the French and American revolutions, and he wrote, "A man's a man for a' that," as his cry for human dignity for all. He was a pacifist, although he joined the volunteers at the threat of French invasion, and was known to say, "I'd rather give the world 4 or 5 little Bobs than go out and slay 20 in battle."
1 year later, on July 21st, 1796, Burns was dead of rheumatic fever brought on from the exhaustion of traveling long distances to collect taxes on horseback, not sufficient funds to keep his farm in premature senility. He was buried at St. Michael's Churchyard in Dumfries, while his wife Jean was once again in childbirth with his 9th child. He lived 37 years. Robert Burns received more fame after his death than during his lifetime. We are here today to celebrate his great poetical gift to us all and the special joy of having such a remarkable, colorful, and loving man in our worldwide Scottish family.
Her heart was all my ain. I loved her more.
Where are you gone, you crawling fairly? Your impudence protects you sairly. I canna say, but ye strunt rarely, our gals in lace. Though faith, I fear ye dine but sparely on sic a place. Ye ugly, creeping, blasted wanner, detested, shunned by saunt and sinner. How dare ye set your fit upon her, so fine a lady? Gae somewhere else and seek your dinner on some poor body. Swith, in some beggar's hoffet squattle, there ye may creep and sprawl and sprattle, with other kindred jumping cattle, and shoals and nations. War horn now bane, now dower and settle your thick plantations. Now haud ye there, you're out of sight, below the fatrels snug and tight, now faith ye yet, you'll no be right till you've gone on it, the villa topmost towering height of Mrs. Bonnet. My sooth, right bald ye set your nose out, as plump and grey as ony grows it, or for some rank mercurial roset, or fell red smedum, I'd gie ye sick a hearty dose it, what dress your drotham. I wadna been surprised to spy you on auld wife's flainin' toy, or ablin some big duddy boy on his wily coat. But Miss Fine Lunardi, fie! How dare ye do it? Oh, Jenny, dinna toss your head, and set your beauties abroad. Ye little ken what cursed speed the blasty's making. They winks and finger ends I dread, are notice taken. Oh, what some power the gifty gie us, to see ourselves as others see us. It wad from money a blunder free us, and foolish notion. What airs and dress and gait would lead us, and even devotion.
There was a lad was born in Kyle, but wadna day and wadna style. I doubt it's hardly worth a while to be say nice with Robin. For Robin was a Robin boy, a rantin' Robin, Robin. Robin was a Robin boy, a rantin' Robin. Our monarch's hind was here, but ane was 25 days begun. 'Twas then a blast of John Orwin blew Hanselin on Robin. For Robin was a Robin boy, a rantin' Robin. Robin was a Robin boy, a rantin' Robin. He had misfortunes great and small, but I a heart of boon and more. It be a credit to us all, we be so proud of Robin. For Robin was a Robin boy, a rantin' Robin. Robin was a Robin boy, a rantin' Robin. For Robin was a Robin boy, a rantin' Robin. Robin was a Robin boy, a rantin' Robin. Bonny lassie, where ye go? Where ye go? Where ye go? Bonny lassie, where ye go? To the works of Aberfeldy. Now summer blinks on flowery braes, and all the crystal streamlet plays. Come, let us spend the lightsome days in the works of Aberfeldy. Hey, bonny lassie, where ye go? Where ye go? Where ye go? Bonny lassie, where ye go? To the brooks of Aberfeldy. Now fortune's ranks may random flee, they ne'er will draw a wish from me. Supremely blessed by Lord and Day,
O Mary, at the window be, it is the wished, the trysted hour. Those smiles and glances let me see, that makes the miser's treasure poor. How blithely would I bide the store, a weary slave fra sun to sun, could I the rich reward secure, the lovely Mary Morrison. Yestreen, when to the trembling string the dance gayed through the lighted hall, to thee my fancy took its swing. I sat, but neither heard nor saw, though this was fair, and that was braw, and yon the toast to all the town. I sighed and said, amang them a', ye are na Mary Morrison. O Mary, canst thou wreck his peace, who for thy sake would gladly die? Or canst thou break that heart of his, whose only fault is loving thee? If love for love they will negie, at least be pity to me shown. A thought ungentle canna be, the thought of Mary Morrison.
Flow gently, sweet Afton, among the green braes. Flow gently, I'll sing thee a song in thy praise. My Mary's asleep by the murmuring stream. Flow gently, sweet Afton, disturb not her dream. Thou stock dove whose echo resounds from the glen, ye wild whistling blackbirds in yon thorny den. Thou green-crested lapwing, thy screaming forbear. I charge you, disturb not my slumbering fair. Thy crystal stream often our lovely it glides, and winds by the cot where my Mary resides. How wanton thy waters, O snowy feet labour, as gathering sweet flowers she stems the clear wave. Flow gently, sweet Afton, among the green braes. Flow gently, sweet river, the theme of my lays. My Mary's asleep by the murmuring stream. Flow gently, sweet Afton, disturb not her dream.
Here is the story about Burns's Highland Mary. After all the fiasco with trying to marry Jean Armour and her parents ripping up the marriage contract, Burns declared himself a free man and looking for a wife. He busied himself with going to church 2 times a Sunday to study the oration styles of the various ministers. At one church, he saw a blonde, blue-eyed girl with retiring natures sitting in a nearby pew. He tried to make her acquaintance, but she had heard stories about Robbie Burns and his wild life, and she was not interested. He was charming and did not give up. He noticed a slight accent, detecting that she spoke Gaelic, and was from the Highlands near the Firth of Clyde. After much pursuit, she finally gave in and they decided to be married, but in their own way. They exchanged Bibles with inscriptions to each other. Burns brought a big and solid bound Bible, but the one Mary brought was well-fingered and a humble volume. To make peace with the power of nature, which was important in Highland thinking, they exchanged vows standing in a river with their hands under the running current. They went separate ways, but Burns promised to come for her when he had enough money and a place for them. Burns was a very long time away, and Mary took care of her brother who was sick with typhus, but who recovered. However, Mary, weak from being pregnant with Burns's child, died of typhus, and Burns never saw her again.
Ye banks and braes and streams around the castle of Montgomery, green be your woods and fair your flowers, your waters never drumily. There simmer first unfolds her robes, and there the longest tarry, for there I took the last farewell of my sweet Highland Mary. How sweetly bloomed the gay greenback, how rich the hawthorn's blossom, as underneath their fragrant shade I clasped her to my bosom. The golden hours of angel wings flew o'er me and my dearie, for dear to me as light and life was my sweet Highland Mary. With many a vow and locked embrace, our parting was full tender, and pledging oft to meet again, we tore ourselves asunder. But of the death's untimely frost that nipped my flower say early, now green's the sod and cool's the clay, that
man's a man for all that. Is there for honest poverty that hangs his head and all that? The coward slave, we pass him by, we dare be poor for all that. For all that and all that, our toils obscure and all that. The rank is but the guinea stamp, the man's the gold for all that. What though on hamely fare we dine, we're hodden grey and all that. Give fools their silk and knaves their wine, a man's a man for all that. For all that and all that, their tinsel show and all that. The honest man, though e'er so pure, is king of men for all that. Ye see on Berkey called a laird that struts and stares and all that. Though hundreds worship at his word, he's but a coof for all that. For all that and all that, his ribbon star and all that. The man of independent mind, he looks and laughs at all that. A king can make a belted knight, a marquis, duke, and all that. An honest man's a boon his might, good faith he man fa that. For all that and all that, their dignities and all that. A pith of sense, the pride of worth, are higher rank than all that. Then let us pray that come it may, and come it will for all that, that sense and worth o'er all the earth may bear the gree for all that. For all that and all that is coming yet for all that, that man to man the world o'er may brothers be for all that.
There's naught but care on every hand, in every hour that passes, oh, what signifies the life of man, a twirl off all the lassies, oh. Green grove rushes, oh, green grove rushes, oh, the sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lassies, oh. Me riches chase, and riches still may fly them all, but when at last they catch them fast, they never can enjoy them all. Green grove rushes, oh, green grove rushes, oh, the sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lassies, oh. Give me a canny hour a teen, my arm about my dearie, oh, and worldly cares and worldly men, they all go topsy-turvy, oh. Green grove rushes, oh, green grove rushes, oh, the sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lassies, oh. You say deuce, but sneer at this, you're naught but senseless asses, oh. The wisest man the world e'er knew, he dearly loved the lassies, oh. Green grove rushes, oh, green grove rushes, oh, the sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lassies, oh. Swears the lovely dears, her noblest work she classes yet, her apprenticed hand she tried on man, but then she made the lassies, oh. Green grove rushes, oh, green grove rushes, oh, the sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lassies, oh. spreading wide, all the waves that sweetly glide to the moon say clearly. Call the owls to the knolls, call them where the heather grows, call them where the bunny rose, my bonny dear. Hark the mavis evening sun, sounding Cruden woods among, then a fowling at us gone, my bonny dear. Call the owls to the knolls, call them where the heather grows, call them where the bunny rose, my bonny dear. Yonder Cruden's silent towers, where at moonshine midnight hours, all the dewy bending flowers, fairies dance say cheery. Call the owls to the knolls, call them where the heather grows, call them where the bunny rose, my bonny dear. Fair and lovely as thou art, thou hast stood in my very heart. I can die, but cannot part, my bonny dear. Call the owls to the knolls, call them where the heather grows, call them where the bunny rose, my bonny dear.
Farewell, thou fair day. Farewell, thou fair day, thou green earth, ye skies now gay with the broad setting sun. Farewell, loves and friendship, dear tender ties, our race of existence is run. Thou grim king of terrors, thou life's gloomy foe, go frighten the coward and slave. Teach them to tremble, fell tyrant, but know, no terrors thou hast for the brave.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? try.